Hello everybody, this is the Vikstrand and today we're going to talk about Get Shorty. Get Shorty was released 1 year after Pulp Fiction, and by this time John Travolta had re-emerged as a big-time movie star and people were just aching to get more of that Travolta stuff. So this movie was very successful and Chili Palmer was deemed, one of the best performances that John Travolta has ever done. I will go on record to say that between this and Vincent Vega in Pulp Fiction, I prefer this one. I think this is his magnum opus, his ultimate character. I wouldn't say no to, his performances in Face Off or Broken Arrow. Those are really silly, funny, over-the-top stuff, but awesome, cool, super confident John Travolta. I love that. And he doesn't get any more laid back, chilled, or self-confident than this one. Let's find out if the rest of the movie is as good as that one is, shall we? This is Get Shorty. Palmer is a kind of a mid-level enforcer for the mob in Miami, and his latest assignment is basically to try to find a dry cleaning guy who has apparently skipped town and taken with him $300,000. But before this, he ends up in kind of a blood feud with Ray Bones Baroni, played by Dennis Farina, whom he punches in the face and breaks his nose after Farina basically borrows/steals his jacket, and you can't let the stealing of a jacket go unpunished, and you can also not allow the punching of the nose thing go unpunished. So they kind of hate each other, but we have to put that one on the back burner for now. It will re-emerge later, don't you worry. After some time, Chili Palmer, however, ends up in Hollywood and finds failed movie producer Sims, played by Gene Hackman, and Chili Palmer gets interested in the whole movie making business and feels like it's more legit and you can make more money with this one than being in the mob. So he wants to try to help Sims get back on his feet and get get the loan sharks off his back so he can make a new movie about Chili Palmer himself and his own experience within the mob, because he's first time source for the whole thing. But to complicate things for Chili Palmer, Baroni has followed him to Los Angeles looking for revenge. We also have a bunch of cops and gangsters running around chasing each other. One of the thugs that are running around here is Delroy Lindo and his associate, a failed stuntman played by James Gandolfini. So there's a lot going on here, and will Chili Palmer be able to get Sim back on his feet so we can make this big movie with Peter Weir, a huge actor played by Danny DeVito? Will Rene Russo leave her old role as a scream queen and be taken as a serious actress? We shall see. Who's gonna walk out of this movie alive? We shall also see that. Without having reading the book, I feel like the words of Elmore Leonard just leaps out of the pages, and because the dialogue is so damn snappy, the comebacks are so sickening, and the burns are so burnish. I really love the dialogue in this movie. It's what drives this movie. If it would have been written a little bit more dry, and if it would have been directed by somebody else, this movie might have fallen totally flat and been a totally okay movie. Now it is a really, really, really entertaining and awesome movie. The very colorful characters, you really like them, and as I said in the beginning, best performances by John Travolta of all time. But he almost gets this show stolen from him in his hour of magnificence, because Dennis Farina is just so fucking awesome to see. He hates everybody, he hates everything, and he hates basically every situation that he is in. He is aggressive and unpleasant every single moment in this entire movie, almost. It is a delight to see somebody hate something and everything so much as he does. There is an astonishing amount of fantastic actors in this one. Travolta, Lindo, Gandolfini, Russo, Even Hackman, who I'm always having slight problems with, I think is really funny in this one, as his, tragic and slightly pathetic movie maker. Also, all movies that involves, the art of movie making, the, movie industry, and, about these things, always gets big pops for me. This movie is not without its problems, because sometimes, some storylines and some characters feels like a little bit left out. It feels like they could have used a little bit more time to tie everything together in a good way. And I also wish this movie could have been a little funnier. It should be noticed that this movie is a thriller comedy, but there is a weird mix of the thriller and the comedy. It feels like that the suspense is kind of overshadowed by the comedy, but the comedy is also overshadowed by the thriller. It might be, because of that is how the book is structured, but personally I could have used either more suspense or more comedy, but this is small nitpicky things. I'm thinking that this movie is really, really entertaining. If you're in for a great, crime comedy where, lots of characters influences each other's action without knowing that they're doing that, this is a movie for you. Fans of the Guy Ritchie movies and stuff like that, this is sort of the OG of that type of a movie. This movie also features one of the most satisfying endings I have ever seen. It is one of these occasions where you just sit back and thinking, that was an ending. That was a very good ending. As some people know, this movie also has a terrible sequel called Be Cool that came about, what was it, a decade later? While not being as horrifically bad as people say it is still a very underwhelming and, watered down version of the whole, concept. It's basically the same story, but it takes place in the music business, featuring less cool, characters and less good actors. But I will say this, I've read the book, Be Cool, and the book is actually kind of good. I haven't read the book for this one. I would actually really like to read the book that Get Shorty is based upon. I think it could have been interesting to see if it is so much better than Be Cool, because I thought Be Cool as a book was pretty damn interesting. It was a fun little experience. Should you see this movie? Oh, absolutely. Great characters, fantastic actors, great writing, and a very, very clever little script. Get Shorty bags easily 81 points. It is a funny but not too funny crime comedy that could have used more suspense, but maybe I'm just being greedy here. It is a very entertaining, complicated / uncomplicated story. Lots of great characters that you really, really care for, and a story that you're really interested in where it's gonna take you, because you never know what's gonna happen in these type of movies actually. And at the end of the day, it is just a fun and uncomplicated time at the movies. Who could ask for more? So I'll see you next time from so-and-so reviewing, well, such and such. Thank you for watching. Thank you very much.